Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming another one in the series of random books, which is basically me randomizing on my phone, or actually in this case on my iPad, but point being, I am randomizing a number that is a book on my shelves, and then I need to talk about like the book, if I read it, or like I would have read it, because we're doing 3 I have read and 3 I have not read. It's like if there's a story behind it, when I read it, what I thought about it, how I got it, if I got it like in a funny way, etc. So it's basically very random, which is kind of the point. But the whole point of this series is that I get to talk about books on my shelves that I maybe only talked about once or twice and never talked about again. So yeah, the problem is now that I have hidden so many books away because I don't have any space. So looking for the books is like more of a struggle than anything else. But I guess that's the suffering of having too many books. But yeah, we're gonna start out with the books I have read. So we're gonna pick 3 at least. As I'm filming this, 1,394 books that I have read, that I own. The problem is then that we can land on something that's not in my room, but we shall see. So far I've been lucky, but now I probably jinxed it. First number, 1,092. Let's see. I randomized on my iPad, but didn't bother showing you. I'm sorry. 1,092. Not that bad, because I know exactly where it is. It's a Brandon Sanderson book, so it's right in my Brandon Sanderson shelf behind me, which I am thinking about moving, but I don't know where. This is the second book in Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians. It's called Discriminous Bones, and this is a really fun, really great series, which I absolutely adore, and I read all the books off. I actually binged the whole series over just a few days for Stay Home Reading Rush, which was running... Was it last year? I guess it was last year, but it feels like 400 years ago. Like, I know what the books are about, but how to describe them. So it follows Alcatraz, who finds out that his family is a family that everyone has abilities in. He has grown up in different foster homes but never knew his like biological family. And then his grandpa shows up and is like, hey, you have powers, you need to come and help us. And the thing is that the powers are kind of stupid. Like, all the different powers are a bit stupid. Like, one of them can literally roll. He can roll on the floor like anyone can do, but it's his power. And it's like, you hear that and you're like, okay. But it turns out that this is very useful, because Brandon Sanderson is really good at making a magic system, even when it sounds a bit stupid. I don't even actually in this moment remember our main character's power. I think it's like he can read stuff. Which is really important, and his grandpa can stop time for like a few seconds, etc. Actually, like, slow down time. Like, I remember the overall plot lines of the book, which were amazing. So many twists and turns, exactly in Brandon Sanderson's style, but like the nitty-gritty details has escaped me. The point is that I love that Brandon Sanderson always makes a magic system, and then he always challenges it. He makes rules, but he always challenges them, and he does this really well in this series. I thought it was like very cleverly done. The twists and turns, the like how society works, but then they're like, but should it work like this? Is it really like this? And every book is like super fun and exciting. It's truly a great middle grade series, which is like very clever but written in a way that, of course, that is middle grade-y. Is that even a word? I really enjoyed the series a lot. I think I gave all the books 5 stars, but the last one still pisses me off. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I don't remember specifically what this is about, but I really truly recommend the series. So if you haven't read it yet, then really you should read it. It's not like the high fantasy Brandon Sanderson, right? So I feel like this could approach different other audiences. For the next one, we got 1,101, which is actually, you know, not far off what we just had. So it might just be another Brandon Sanderson book, because it's written in alphabetical order. And it is, oh my god. I write off all my specific editions as well, so I know exactly how many books I have. And this is a certain edition on my shelf, so I'm gonna show you, obviously. So we got Brandon Sanderson, but it's the Hero of Aegis, which is the final book in the Mistborn trilogy, but it's the leather-bound Dragon Steel edition, which are stunning, super expensive and stunning. And obviously my best friend Erica got this for me because she spoils me, and they are just, I've been wanting these since like I first saw them on the website, like literally 6 years ago. I don't even remember, a long time, and I was like, I can never get them, they're super expensive. But then actually I got them this year and they're stunning. So like it has, you know, the art of the different books, and I don't even want to open it, but it's just a stunning edition. I never have like other editions that I like these. So there's some of my faves, obviously. Mistborn, we set in this world where metal is the basis of the magic system. So if you are a person who can inject these metals in you, you get different enhanced abilities. You'd either be a Misting that has one ability for one metal, or you're Mistborn where you control all the metals. And then we follow our main character Wynne, who finds out she's a Mistborn. It's not really a spoiler because that's how the story starts out. And they have decided to take down the Lord Ruler, who has been controlling the Final Empire for the last 1,000 years. A brutal, ruthless rule that they want to end. And it's kind of like a high story, but with really cool magic. And it's like, seriously, one of my favorite books of all time, favorite series. Only one of the few series that actually has an ending that is amazing. So, loved it, and I love this edition. So I'm glad I got to show it off some more. I actually have a full, like, showing off the books video, but yeah, never gonna complain about doing that again. We got 557. Scrolling forever. Oh, that's a good one, it's a good one. So we actually got, it's lying right here, the 5th season by Anki Jemisin, which is also one of my favorite series, and it is amazing. But do I know how to describe it? No. So we're basically set in this world where there are like big earthquakes and big storms, etc. that kind of ruins the land every few years ago, so like people have to settle all over again. So it's like really dangerous world to live in. Then we follow our main character whose son just got murdered and her daughter's missing, so she's going after them, and it's told, some of it in second person, which is done so incredibly well that like, yes, it is self-putting. Not most books are told in second person, but this is just so good. Truly like a masterpiece of a book, especially when everything comes together. And then we have like other point of views as well, but like don't really need to talk about those. Love the magic system, love how it's written. It's so original and cool. And I read this for the first time for, I think, was it Blackathon? When I was in Japan? No. Yes? No. Don't remember. I read it when I was in Japan and I listened to the audiobook and then I was like, oh my god, loved it. I remember specifically I was cooking in my Japanese kitchen and I had this audiobook on. I was making noodles. And I was just like, oh my god. And I've really been wanting to reread it since, because it's definitely a book you can experience a billion times and just appreciate the story. But I remember I read the second book as well. And then the third book I actually read physically, while the second book I read on audiobook as well. How it all like comes together is really cool. I really did enjoy the ending, where like actually they explained much more than I thought they ever would. But yeah, it's truly like a series I recommend a lot. I know a lot of people recommend it highly. It's just like a bit off-putting to get into at first because of the second person. I recommend the audiobook if you don't think you could do that physically. But yeah, truly a great book. Okay, now we're going to do 3 books I haven't read. And right now as I'm filming this, I have written down 497 on my TBR. But actually that's a lie because there's some I haven't written up yet. So it's a bit of a lie, but it's fine, it's fine. First one we got is 443, which shouldn't be that far away. Ooh. Okay, so we have The Righteous by Renee Ahdieh. This is the 3rd book in the beautiful quartets, which I always thought would be a duology and then a trilogy, but then it turned out to be 4 books. And this is basically just vampires. Vampires, YA, set in New Orleans. We are following Celine, who escapes from France over there. He gets involved with the vampire world. And that's kind of fun. I haven't obviously read this yet, but I read 1 and 2. Actually, I have arc of the first one, and I read that twice in like 2 weeks because I was like, did I miss the whole book? Because I felt I read it too fast, and then I felt like I missed something, but I didn't. I did really enjoy it though. Why, like, it's like the feeling you get where like, am I enjoying it? Or is my brain tricking me into enjoying it? Because thinking of the story overall, I don't think it's so strong. But reading it was enjoyable. I really don't know how to describe it. The same with the second book. It was like, it's not amazing, but I'm still rating it 4 stars because I'm having a good time. I don't know what will happen in this one. But basically murders stop happening, etc. It's like a vampire story. It's fun. But it's a vampire story actually with not that many vampires. It's hilarious. The only thing I have to say about this is that I ordered this and it never arrived. And the same happened with the second book where I ordered it and it never arrived and I had to like reorder both of them to get them at like totally different times. But it's like, this doesn't happen that often, but it happened 2 times in the same series. So I think it's cursed, but it's fine. But yeah, it's just a fun series. I would recommend it. I think that it's not what people expect it to be, because it's much more like lush and romantic than a scary vampire story, but it's still an enjoyable time. Okay, so we got 312. Oh, this is a bit of a fun one. So when I lived in Japan, my roommates got me a Christmas present of manga, and I actually got volume 1 on my TBR because I've written them down on my TBR because I haven't read them yet. And that is this one, which is Skeleton Knight from Another World, which is the English title. Do I know the Japanese title? Do I know to read all these kanjis? No, I do not. But basically, they bought me the first 5 volumes of this and I still haven't read them. I do want to, though, do my Japanese brain remember a single thing ever again. I don't know. But I don't know anything about the plot. They literally just got me the first 5 volumes, which is really sweet of them. And I do, as I said, want to read them. It's a great way to practice my Japanese as well. Maybe I should get the English edition to have it on the side, but I feel like that would be cheating. I feel like also it would be really easy for me to, like, if I was reading them, to just, like, Google Translate everything. But at the same time, that is also in a way practicing, because then maybe you don't need to Google Translate it the next time. But yeah, I don't know. But it's like definitely like you go into another world kind of manga, which I do enjoy. So I think I will like it. It's just like actually reading it. This intimidates me more than anything else on my TBR because it's Japanese. Okay, the next one we got 338. Like really close together. Oh, it's the last one as well. It went so fast. Oh! It's a good one as well! So the last one we talk about is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. Obviously I haven't read it because we are on my TBR. This is the prequel to The Hate You Give, which follows Maverick. Is that his name? Maverick! Which is, I think, the dad to a main character in The Hate You Give, Star. And I have read The Hate You Give and I did enjoy it, even though a lot of things could be said about that book. I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna get into that right now, but a lot of things can be said. Not bad things necessarily, just like thoughts. But yeah, I do want to read this. I do think Andrew Thomas writes really good novels, and I just haven't read it yet. I was expecting me to read this at once when it came out, because that's what I did with On the Come Up, which I also really enjoyed. Like, it was released January 2021. I got it for my birthday 2021. We are now in 2022 and past my birthday, so it's been like over a year. I owned it, I just haven't gotten to it yet, but obviously I know it's gonna be a super fast read. I know I'm gonna enjoy it, so I don't know why I haven't read it. But yeah, do you want to read it soon though? Soon I say, and it's probably like 2 years. Oh god! Yeah, okay. You heard that? That was a lot of books falling, but it's fine. I know this video is not that long, but I just feel like 3 of 3 is easier. Can't believe I had not gotten anything like In Another Room, etc. because I have loads of books at Erica's and I have not gotten a single one yet, but one day it's probably going to be every book. I don't know how I would do that. I guess I would need to go and get them. It would be a struggle. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's random, but that's kind of the point. Leave a rose emoji down below if you enjoyed this, and you will see me soon in a new one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!